What is up, party people? Welcome back to the Let's Get Lit podcast with the most authentic, the most real. No, I'm just playing. We got a badass dude in the community today. He's turned into a sales savage, and I am so proud of the progress you've made working with me, dude. Seriously. So, Adam, the ultimate, he's so cool. He gets a unique name. So, Adam, the fucking ultimate agent, Lindsay. And the crowd goes wild. I need to put a sound in here for that. But dude, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing really good, man. I appreciate all the nice words that you're saying about me.
You've earned it.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a journey for sure, but we try and learn something new every day and just keep on growing and moving forward.
Well, awesome. We're about to get into a deep conversation and change the lives of some agents and go from there. But let's play this intro and let's dive into it.
All right.
I must say I clean up well in a suit, but I hate wearing those things. I'd rather wear swim trunks and a wife beater everywhere I go. It's my favorite shirt in the world. I got like 100 of them.
Comfort is key.
100%. And I'm just me. I don't care. I'll wear this shit to a wedding or a funeral. So, Adam, let's go ahead and get the salesy shit out of here. And then we'll focus on your journey as an insurance agent and the things you wanted to talk about, which is recruiting and branding, which you've made tremendous improvements in. And you can even show off your magnets to people.
Sure. Be happy to.
Okay. So, first off, how long have you been working with me? You came to me a couple months ago. And what's that been like?
There are several words that I could use, but I think I'll go with life-changing. That's probably the best way to put it, the easiest way. I mean, it's just, there was a lot of self-doubt and lack of exploration into, who I was and why I was doing the things that I was doing or wasn't doing the things that I should have been doing. And you really helped me to see more clearly, those problem areas in my life and how I could change those things to be the better me. So
how did we do that though?
Lots of different things. NLP was one of the big things. So neuro-linguistic programming.
I love it.
Timeline therapy, just, sucking it up and doing it really. This is a big part for me. I was terrified to pick up the phone and call people. I don't know why that was. In hindsight, it's just funny to me thinking back to that. But you really encouraged me to sit down and look at all of the problem areas and things that were going on in my life and really look at the purpose behind everything. That was one thing that always struck me when we had conversations, was just talking about, for what purpose, you would always say. For what purpose?
Oh, that used to aggravate you so much.
Yeah, it still does. So you would just dig deeper and deeper and deeper. And sometimes I honestly didn't have an answer. So I had to really think about stuff. And that really got me thinking. And that was probably one of the biggest things that helped me.
So perspicacity.
Say again?
Perspicacity. Just perspective.
I don't know that word.
So perspective.
Yes. Perspective.
Would you like to know the reason that I did all that?
Sure.
Well, I think us humans, we need to learn things the hard way. I have so many friends who drink and drive, text, eat tacos, and I know the girls who straighten their hair with a 12-volt plug-in in their car. They're driving with the knees right on the steering wheel. And it's like they'll have so many near misses. They'll be going 40 over the speed limit in the 30-mile-per-hour zone, near miss, almost hit a kid. Next day, near miss, almost hit a deer. Next day, near miss, almost run through a house. And it's like when they finally fucking wreck, then they learn and slow their ass down. And it's like, we just helped you. You did the work. I just pointed you in the right direction. You give yourself all the credit, man, because I'm not here to do the work for you. Like, I'll help you do it. But you have to develop the critical thinking skills and the proclivity towards problem solvings and the perspicacity and the infatigability to go the long run and do the things you don't want to do regardless of how you feel, because it must be done. And so it's like we have to learn things the hard way. You had to look at your problems and confront them. Do you think that's where you got the most results?
I think so. And just for clarity, obviously I'm not a perfect person and I still have problems that I'm dealing with and things that I still could grow on. But you've given me that perspective, like you said, to be able to analyze those things and to be able to continue to grow and not just stay stagnant, which I think is where I was at before.
But you are a totally different person from, like, I'm just going to say this straight up, the boy who came to me to being the man. Like, I'll give you guys some context because I watched Adam completely change in 2 days at a live event that I did where a shit ton of people registered, paid thousands of dollars to go, and 3 people showed up.
I was one of them.
Like, people missed flights and said, well, I'm not doing this now or whatever. And it's like a lot of excuses, a lot of wasted money, which I've never paid to do something like that and then just not went. Like, I'm going to get what I paid for one.
Yeah.
It completely blew my mind. Like, we had almost 100 people say they wanted to show up and 3 actually did. So terrible conversion ratio on my first event. Like, and I don't try to lie about shit. But it's like I watched you change in a matter of 48 hours from going to boy into a man. Like, we walked through the valley of the shadow of death together. And guys, Adam's like girls reject this if it doesn't apply. I watched Adam's balls literally drop 6 inches to the point where he confronted me for littering. I was throwing a bit of plastic out my window and he says, dude, do you really have to do that? I was like, this dude just fucking checked me. Adam, like, I still have not littered since that day. And I appreciate you for that.
Absolutely.
This is the power that you have over people. This is the power that you have becoming a high value man, a high status man. And so I'm extremely fucking proud of you.
Thank you.
Because you don't know how influential you can be when you are that convicted. Like, you corrected me. Student taught coach. How crazy is that?
I will say one of the things that you've said to me or that I've learned from you that has really stuck with me and been influential in my life is that people aren't thinking about you as much as you think they are. And that's really just changed the way that I look at a lot of things in my life, but just anything that I say or anything that I do, I've always had this thing in the back of my head, oh, what will people think about me? Or what is so-and-so going to say? But now I've pretty much just come to the point where I'm like, I don't really care what that person thinks or what they say. You know, I'm always open to constructive feedback, but I can choose to accept it or reject it.
You're in charge of your life, man. You're the creator, and you can't listen to people with smaller goals for your life than you have and let them influence you. Just reject it because it doesn't matter what they say. It's really just advice they would give to themselves. So what would you say to someone about working with me?
There's a lot of things I could say.
Like someone on the fence about joining an expensive coaching program, I will say I'm not cheap by any means. I am the best at what I do. I am 100% the best at what I do. And you can buy nice or you can buy twice in this world.
Yep.
But what would you say to someone who's thinking about working with me or maybe doesn't believe in what I do? What would you tell them?
Well, I can say from my personal experience, I'll say mortified when Mason told me how much his coaching program costs because I'd never made a purchase like that.
It was over 10 grand.
Yeah.
But what's it been worth to you so far? You said it was life-changing.
I mean, I told you this in another time that we talked, but I would say you couldn't put a price on it.
I love that, man. I appreciate you.
And just the value that I've gotten from the program and the amount of policies that I've sold because of the program.
Boom! Let's fucking go. Let's go, dude. That's what I'm talking about.
So invaluable would be the word that I would use. But I was scared when he first told me. And I really had to think about the situation I was in and how I was stuck in this place that I didn't want to be. And I had somewhere where I wanted to get to, and I didn't know how to get there. And everything else that I had tried for the prior year and a half had not worked for me. And Mason showed me his roadmap of how he could get me from point A to point B. And I just trusted the system. I went all in, and we're getting there. We're getting there. We're on our way.
That's awesome, man. So what has this done for you? Like, has it helped you sell way more policies? Like you told me you're waiting for roughly 70 something hundred, you a little over $7,000 a premium, 500 a month to issue pay. Like that's you do 1 or 2 months of that, like you can pay this off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like
And
you've already made enough to pay it off. So what else has this done for you besides helping you make money and finding your own rinse and repeat system where you can get clients on demand? What has this done for you personally? Because the money's cool, but if you don't know how to manage it or you're not happy as a person, that's what matters to me is knowing that I helped change Adam's life. He's a better husband, he's a better father, he's a better man. That's what's important to me. And to see you grow into that is it's fucking life changing for me as well, Adam. So I appreciate what you've done for me.
absolutely. I feel like the one of the biggest things that it's done for me is it's given me a really big confidence boost just in everyday situations, but also on the phone talking with people. And I'm still working on this, but getting to the point where I just say things flat out how they should be and not trying to beat around the bush with things. Because I have found, at least in insurance, when you beat around the bush, doesn't always go the way you want it to, or you tend to let things go that you shouldn't, or you lose the sale. And so I have found that being more direct with people and just telling them how it is, people appreciate the honesty, but then also you get what you want more often than not. So that's been really cool.
And what has this done for your marriage, being a father? Like, what other aspects of life has this affected? Because that's the craziest thing about my coaching is it's for insurance agents, but behind that license is a father, a mother, a brother, a sister, like whoever you are as a person. That's what I'm more concerned with. So, what has this done for areas outside of business, like fatherhood, marriage? What has this done for you in those areas?
Sure. So to give some background, I have been married for 4 years. We've got two little girls. One just turned 3 a couple days ago, and the
Happy
other one,
birthday.
thank you. I'll let her know. And the other one is about to be 9 months old in a few days. So, I got into insurance almost 2 years ago. It was April of 21, and just didn't really have a direction that I was going. And I wanted to be at home so that I could help out with the baby at the time. And I just found myself being too caught up in everything that was going on at home that I wasn't really dedicating the time that I should have to the work aspect. And sometimes I still do, but I'm better at it now. But in the sense that your coaching program has given me the perspective of setting priorities and not necessarily setting goals, but setting a vision for yourself of where you want to be and why you want to be there, and what the purpose behind everything is. So now I've started to make a schedule for myself. And a part of that schedule outside of just work stuff is factoring in time to take care of my girls, whether that be getting them ready in the morning, feeding them lunch, making dinner, whatever. Making time to spend time with my wife, making sure that we go out on dates, have one-on-one time, just things like that. Those have really helped to better my work life and also my personal life, because they're kind of meshed together. There's no real separation of both because this is where I live, right? So it's helped me to blend the two together in a way that works.
That is awesome, man. And that makes me so much more convicted because I get messages all the time now. Hey, just sold a policy. Hey, just sold a policy. You see them in the group, you see the screenshots. Like, I hope a lot of people make a lot of money in this career, in this industry. But to know that, hey, my kids actually respect me now. Hey, my wife respects me. Or hey, my husband is so much more receptive to me. Like, seeing people make real life changes is where I get the most value in being a coach, because I know behind that license, like I said, people are becoming the best versions of themselves. I don't really care how much money you make, because if you don't have the skills to manage it, you'll burn through it. You'll waste it. If you're unhealthy, you'll spend it all on doctor's visits. You'll spend it all on bad habits. We've gotten rid of some pretty bad shit in your life, and I'm so
Yeah.
fucking proud of you, dude. Seriously, that's a story for you to share on your own time. But I'm just saying, you've got a $1 billion story, and I cannot wait to see the amount of people that you impact when you're ready to let that come out.
Thank you.
So just future pacing, that way people can get a little curious, like, what's Adam hiding? Because I'm telling you, people will get pissed off or they will get inspired. And either one you get, it doesn't matter, because you are you as a person. And I'm fucking proud of you, dude. You've earned it. You've became the man you want to be, and you're always going to become a better man. And that's where I get the value out of this. So, Adam, I really want to take the time to appreciate you for spending a lot of money on me and yourself and investing in both of us, because I've actually got a pretty good friendship with you now. Like, you sent me raw liver for you were the only person who sent me a Christmas present. And I was like, I changed this dude's life. Like, thank you so fucking much, dude. But I appreciate you, seriously, man. And that the relationship is worth more than any dollar amount you could ever give me. So, Adam, thank you for being a blessing in my life, and thank you for allowing me to be a blessing in yours.
Absolutely. And
Seriously,
thank
from
you.
man to man.
Yeah, because I mean, outside of just the paying you money, it was a huge investment in myself, and I don't I can tell you for sure I've never made an investment that big in myself before, ever. Maybe a couple $100 here and there, but nothing over $1,000. So being able to say that I've invested a large sum of money in myself to better myself and to have you alongside me for the journey is something that I'm very proud of. So thank you for that.
Well, dude, you'll be on pace to make $1 million if you just keep getting better in the next like 5 years.
That's right.
Not even fingers crossed, dude. Look at the progress you're making. You will continually you'll continually increase your earning capacity to a point where it's unreasonable to not get where you want. And you can give these same skills that you bought and paid for, because how long would it have taken you to learn all this shit on your own?
Years.
Years. And if you make 100,000 a year, it would have cost you way more than even paying me to learn it, right?
That's true.
Exactly. People don't make the comparison between price and what it's going to cost you not to do it to know how to get to where you want to go. So that, like, it's just logic for me.
I think about that a lot with smaller things. Like last night, my wife, we had a pack of corn tortillas. And she said, we could make some tortilla chips with this, right? I was like, yeah, we could spend an hour frying tortillas, making tortilla chips, or we could go spend $2 at the grocery store in 5 minutes and then eat those. So it's the same concept.
I think she just wanted to do something with you right there. So sometimes you got to, dude, sometimes you got to make the sacrifice. You're like, you know what? Like, I'll get to do something with her. I won't have to listen to her complain about eating. Like, let's do it, babe.
No, that would be totally on me. 100%.
But no, that's cool, dude. So let's get into branding yourself and why that's so important to you, because you've actually made me some graphic designs. I love some of the animations you've made me. If you guys need anything like that, I'll 100% recommend Adam. But why is branding so important to you?
Well, my dad he's a self-made entrepreneur. He has been since I was very young. Started in the graphic design space, and he's kind of evolved more into the videography space. But that's kind of where I got my inspiration from when I was younger, was from my dad doing graphic design. And so in high school, I became a part of my high school's yearbook staff. So it was my junior year of high school. I was just a staff writer. And then my senior year, I was so good at it, they made me the editor in chief of my senior yearbook. And I loved it. And I spent the majority of my senior year, like literally half the day, every day, working on the yearbook. And so that kind of was something that I've been passionate about ever since, was just graphic design and creating things. And so when I got into the insurance space, I didn't really have that option of growth when I was at the other place that I was with before where I am now. And so when I joined up, I'm with Impact Legacy Group now. And so I have this opportunity to build my own brand and start building my own agency. And that really excited me. And I was like, well, I need to figure out something that will be really good customer front facing, so that when people read it or see it, that they feel good inside, and then, you know, I'm somebody that they can trust and that I'd be able to help. So my dad and I came up with this logo for safe and secure insurance. So I designed the logo, picked the colors, made myself some business cards, got a little email
Go
signature
ahead and
thing.
pitch yourself, Adam. Go ahead and show them your little
All right,
magnet
hold
signature
on. So
card.
here's my business card that I designed. So pretty snazzy.
And show them the back, because most people are missing out on the bottom left corner of that. QR codes, guys, are an easy way to accrue a lot of extra business and referrals, depending on how you structure it.
Absolutely.
So,
and then on top of that, I made myself some magnets that I can send to all of my clients when I make a sale. Just
I
says,
love that, dude.
I
I
own life
love it,
insurance.
because that's something they're going to see all the time. It becomes a visual anchor, which we know why is so important from NLP.
Absolutely.
Well,
So,
dude, I love that. So, why do you think branding is important for insurance agents? Why do you think they should be focused on building their own brand?
I think that outside of just selling products, you're selling yourself, right?
100 fucking percent.
And so when you get on the phone with somebody or you're face to face with somebody, you're not just selling the life insurance policy, you're selling yourself as their agent. And the person that you are reflects in, you know, the products that you carry, your merchandise, your website, everything. So it has to all tie together. So I did the branding to kind of match my personality of who I am, and where I envision an agency being or developing into. So bringing people on, I want everybody to have the same core values that I do, so that, you know, we become maybe even a household name at some point. That's, you know, like State Farm or Nationwide, you know, that people actually recognize and they say, oh yeah, Safe and Secure, they're really cool people, that's super nice, whatever, you know. So that's why it's been important to me to really just build a brand that represents me, that wasn't just my name, you know.
Well, people like brands more than they do names. Like, people love, this is why 18-year-old kids, when I was in high school, would spend $400 on a Yeti cooler to keep their alcohol colder for an extra day. And my $18 igloo held up just as fine.
Right.
I could throw that thing, I could shoot it, I could do whatever I wanted with it, and I could buy 20 of them and still not have paid $400 for a Yeti cooler. But it's like, people get behind brands. People get behind a message they can support.
That's right.
So, Adam, I love that you as an insurance agent are focusing on the right thing, which is the consumer. If you're all around a product, you'll piss a lot of people off. If you're all about the prospect, it'll take longer, but you'll get a lot more love and support, because people buy from brands they trust. This is why everyone goes, and all the girls go flock to Kim Kardashian the moment she comes out with a new makeup line. This is why people love buying Nike, like Kobe Bryant shoes. This is why people love buying LeBron James shoes, Michael Jordan shoes. It's a brand. So you're focused on the right thing, which is consumer journey and positive word of mouth, which is the only quadratic way, exponential way to build your business, which is good word of mouth. The process of working with you is so good that they want to share it with other people. You're focusing on the right thing, even though it takes a lot longer to build. You know how hard it is, but to see you already get that wheel turning, as long as you stay consistent with it, you'll outlast the competition, and there's no way for them to catch up. Like, look at Allstate compared to a lot of IMOs. They have 20,000 reviews almost on Trustpilot. That's why they get so much business. It's all about brand. They see a fucking lizard, and somehow it's tied into insurance because the same message has been shown so long. It's a visual anchor. So to see you focusing on the right things, I wonder who you learned that from, but it's great to see, dude. It's great to see. You have your head on right, and you're playing the long game. And so I commend you for doing something that most people will not do, because they're after the short wins and the quick bucks. And this is why people who win the lottery go broke a year after. So give yourself a pat on the back.
Thank you. And I really wanted to build something too that was replicatable, duplicatable, that I could bring people into and just plug them into the system and they can just go off to the races, right? So they don't necessarily have to recreate everything that I've already done. They can just reuse the branding, the business cards, the whatever, and then they don't have to create anything. It's already made for them and they just have to bring the skill set and go into it.
Well, exactly. And you have all the stuff to give it to them.
Mm-hmm.
Give them the same process that works, because now that you know it works,
Right.
it took you a little bit to get there, but you know that the tree has already been shook. Like the apples are already in the basket. Just take one and eat it. Take an apple and take a bite out of it. Just eat it. I promise you it works if you do. But like, what's been the hardest part about recruiting from you? Because you jumped on a call with me the other day for the first little like presentation you were doing. And like, that's awesome, man.
So I guess originally I was, I don't know if scared is the right word, or just lacked the knowledge, or I thought I did, to bring people on and show them the system. And so I was really just scared to get started. I didn't know where to start. I didn't know where to send people, what to do with contracts, licensing. There's a lot of pieces that go into it. So I just kind of put it off. I didn't really put emphasis in any sort of recruiting process at all unless somebody asked me, somebody reached out to me directly.
Well, I think that's a better way to build your business, because me personally, I used to want to recruit the world, have thousands of agents.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can take 5 of you and outperform those 1,000 agents.
Right. And so that's kind of where I've tried to take it is I've just got one ad running online that has my job listing, and I'm transparent right up front. I say, this is a 1099, 100% commission job, and it will require a small investment from you at the beginning.
Yep. You kill what you eat.
Exactly. So then I list all the job qualifications and yada, yada, yada. And so I set an interview, talk to them, learn their background a little bit, kind of put the feelers out there to see if they'll be a good fit. Then I tell them about the position, what's expected of them. And then if they want to move forward, I have them watch a video. And then if they're still interested, then we go into the licensing and all that stuff. But I feel like I overcomplicated it. And
you do. Most people do. It's just like simple scales, fancy fails. That's from Alex Hormozy, but I love it. It's only two or three things that actually matter. And to see you actually focusing and narrowing down, niching down, riches are in the niches, guys. To see you focusing on the shit you need to focus on it's awesome for me, being the one who's coaching you.
Yeah.
And so, like, just in the recruiting part of the Sahara Method course, like, what have you gotten out of that? I'm not sure if you've went through all of that, but like, you have the SOPs, the KPIs, how to create those, build infrastructure. Like, has that helped you do any of this stuff yet? Or are you just trying to take it all on your own?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's helped me in the sense that I need to set that expectation up front. Because I've already
scared them away. Try to scare them away.
Exactly.
Like, are you sure you want to do this?
Right. Because you want to find a specific kind of person, right? You don't want to just, I mean, maybe you do, but I don't want to recruit anybody and everybody, because not everybody is cut out for a sales position, one. And I don't want to work with everybody. Maybe our personalities don't mesh. But, I've really come to realize, and I've seen this firsthand from other people who have been elsewhere, and they tell me that they were not disclosed all of this information. And so they were kind of blindsided when they got to a certain point. So I said, I don't want to be that. I don't want to make a name for myself of that kind of negativity. So I tell them up front, here's all the expectations, take it or leave it.
That's in the 48 Laws of Power. I wish more people would read that book. I personally think, I'm not sure why it has not been banned. Well, I'm just being honest. Like, really, that book has some crazy shit in there on basically how to manipulate people.
Wow.
But it's not for you to use. It's for you to catch other people trying to use on you. Like politicians, like the news channel, like media. Like, not everyone is here for your best interest, guys. The news is not designed to be your best friend and help you.
Definitely not.
Like, turn off the TV, get off Netflix. Look at how they make men look in today's society. Like Family Guy. They make us men look stupid, fat, unhealthy, alcoholic, cheaters. And it's fucking disgusting how they portray us. It makes women not respect us. It makes women want to be independent. Like, what it's doing to society is disgusting. They want men weak and oppressed. Like, this is a real issue. Like, look at how low your confidence was before you came to me. And where'd you get that from? The world. It's disgusting. So to see you take life by the balls now, that's by far been the biggest wheel, like, for me watching you. That's been the biggest lever for me, is like, I know Adam's going to go out there, protect and provide and keep his family safe. That's cool for me. Seriously.
Yeah.
That's cool for me.
It's
Knowing you can go put it all on the line, regardless of how you feel. You say what you mean now, and you mean what you say. That's cool for me. So before we get back into more recruiting, I'm going to play this video I just made, because this channel is not sponsored. I don't make money off of it. I cuss way too much to get monetized, I think. But there's a lot of I don't want to use the word bad, but a lot of insurance agents get the wrong training from the top down, and they spew out bullshit, and they hurt a lot of mom and pops and families trying to get life insurance. I understand that for some weird reason, a lot of people who watch my channel are not insurance agents. So we'll let this video do the talking. Thanks for tuning in. It's Mason VanMeter. Just a brief moment of your time. This is important, I promise, and we'll get right back into the video. I understand that most people that watch my videos, funnily enough, are not actually insurance agents. You're a family, you're a brother, you're a mother, father, sister, whatever the case is, and we all know social media is not going anywhere. Now, I know most of you are probably going to have some type of financial burden that you're going to leave behind in the event that something unfortunately happens to you. Now, what we see on social media is 99% of these insurance agents pitching these ideas like infinite banking, tax-free retirement, and to be quite honest, most of them do not know how to structure these policies at all. Now, why is it important to you? Because they're going to put their own pocket bank first. They're going to put their commission raise first. They're going to put this free trip to Hawaii, all expenses paid, first. How are they going to do that? They're going to screw you over on an insurance policy that they were taught to drive up target premiums on. That way they get a fatter commission deposit. And I think that's wrong. So before you buy into one of these concepts that these people just clearly do not know how to use. So before you buy into one of these get rich quick schemes as one of these TikTok or social media insurance agents showed you, understand that they're putting their best interest first instead of your best interest. And I think if you've been following me for a while, you understand that I train insurance agents to always put their prospect and their client's best interest first, because when you do good in the world gives you good back. And that's a principle that I'll live the rest of my life on. So before you sign any type of applications or paperwork with someone who's pitching these concepts that they just do not understand to you, reach out to me on any social media platform at Mason VanMeter. I'm not that hard to find. We'll text the number on the screen and I'll partner you with one of my agents that I personally trained who is focused on putting your best interest first rather than their own pocket bank. Like I said, I understand most of you are going to leave some type of financial burden behind, and you don't want to do that. You want to be someone who's remembered as someone who planned ahead and someone who cared enough about their family and friends and loved ones to protect them before the disaster strikes. Let's go ahead and plan for the vacation that we know we're going to take one day. So reach out to me, or once again, text the number on the screen and I'll partner you with an agent who's going to put your best interest first instead of their own bank account. Thanks for watching. Let's dive back into the video. Dude, I love that.
That was good.
What do you think about that?
That's strong.
People rub me the wrong way, and I'm not going to reward negative behavior. If you're out here screwing families over, like, I'll fucking slap you.
That is one thing I'll say about you, Mason, is you don't come off as very soft or warm. You're very upfront and to the point, straightforward, and you say it how it is, and you cuss a lot. But I will say from the bottom of my heart, Mason is one of the most genuine people I've ever met. And he really cares about people. And that's one of the reasons I decided to go with his program and stay in it, is because I could really see that he cared about me and me making the changes that I needed to make. And at first it made me really uncomfortable with how much he cussed and just the way that he talked and how direct he was. But I got over that pretty quickly. And I'm really appreciative of his generosity and being so genuine in our conversations. So I'll just leave that there.
You know, it's coming from a place of care, though. I think too many people try to cater or play both sides of the fence, and I always kill the messenger. Someone who plays both sides of the fence will stab you in the back. At least I know my enemies are running at me with a sword.
Yeah.
Like, I can brace for impact. I can tighten my abs, whatever I need to do if I'm going to get sucker punched in the stomach.
There you go.
But it's like, you have to be able to cut through the bullshit in today's world. Because Adam, if I didn't cuss and I just said the same things as everyone else, would you listen to me? Would you be where you are?
Nope.
No, it's like you have to say what you mean. You have to mean what you say. You must be perspicacious enough to say things in a different way. You must be able to cut through the critical faculty that separates people's conscious mind to their unconscious mind. It's how the brain works. It's so used to running the same program that when it sees something different coming in, it's like, oh, new information. Let me listen. Let me actually pay attention. And so if you don't want to be in an echo chamber, like, say things differently. And like, there's nothing really crazy about what I say. I speak the truth. I just say it in a way that people want to be disagreeable with me.
Yep. That's a good point.
Like, you can't argue with truth. You cannot negate my experience, no matter how hard you try. And I love that. Like, it's part of being being influential. It's in the 48 laws of power. It's in neurolinguistic programming. It's part of being successful. You've got to believe in yourself more than anything else.
Absolutely.
Like, I don't say that to come off as condescending, but like, if you genuinely go through life thinking that you are the fucking man and that you can help people better than anybody else, that belief will never hurt you. I'm not saying go on your Facebook and say, you guys are less important than me. You've never saw me say that. But I have a belief in myself that I'm the creator of my world. No one's coming to save me. I must do the hard things regardless of how I feel. Society's not going to care about me if I can't provide nothing. You're only as useful as what you can provide as a man. And I have duties. And that's it. I have to be I have to be my own cheerleader. I have to be my worst critic. I have to be my own best friend because no one else is going to do that for me. Even though Adam and me have a great relationships, Adam's not going to fly over here and work for me. Adam's not going to make my money for me. Just like I'm not going to reciprocate that. Is there anything false about what I just said?
Nope.
No, and it's a bitter pill that most people don't want to swallow. They want to blame everyone else for why they don't have what they want in their fucking life. And it's disgusting. Take some ownership. Take accountability. I think weak men are the cause for all the problems in today's society.
100%.
People want to say, well, women have their part. Well, a weak man hurt them in the first place. A weak man made them a single mother. A weak man gave them her trust issues. A weak man contributed to her indecisiveness and not knowing where to eat. A weak man did not be empathetic and loving and protecting over her. And she goes on to hurt more men to make them weaker. Or she raises a boy into a man. Women do not know how to raise boys into man. If you watch, I'm not sure if you watched the video I did earlier, but it's on that. I grew up with this, like a mom. My mom raised me. And it's like, I grew up to be a crybaby, emotional, sympathetic, empathetic, take days off. It's okay to cry. No, it's not. Like, as a young man, I don't give a fuck about your feelings. You must be emotionally intelligent. You must do things that you do not want to do, whether you like it or not. Like Adam, you have a family to provide for, do you not?
I do.
Is being emotional and taking days off going to pay the bills?
Nope.
Would your wife ever respect you if you just played video games all day?
Definitely not.
And how much better has your marriage got since you've just done the things that you don't want to do?
Much better.
Point fucking proven. Like, it's a bitter pill that most men do not want to swallow, that you're only as useful as what you can provide.
Yeah, I've seen it firsthand. I
Exactly.
back up everything you just said.
Exactly. So, back to recruiting. What's been the hardest part of it for you?
The hardest part has been keeping up with everybody and where they're at in the pipeline of, that first initial conversation all the way to selling policies. And just being able to stay in touch with people. Like, I call people and they don't answer. That's been frustrating.
Huh.
I would say that's been the hardest part, though, is just keeping track of everybody. Because once you start scaling it, you're having the same conversation 20 times in a week, and then you have to remember who's at what point, and it can get kind of confusing. So I've been trying to keep good notes on everybody so that I
Well,
can.
that's why you don't want to talk to everyone, because when you talk to everyone, no one listens.
Yep.
So find the A players. Find the people who want what you want in life. Find the people who believe in you so much that they're willing to do whatever. They're willing to die in battle for you. Not literally, but yes, actually, literally. Like, I know I can take Adam to fucking war with me. I know I can take the people who believe in me to war with me. That's the only way I can get where I want to go in life, is to build that relationship to where it's so valuable. Like, here's my relationship with my friends. We get in a fight, we all go home or none of us go home. It's like 300 Spartans. That's my favorite movie in the world. It's like, tonight we dine in hell. I love that, dude. But it's no surrender, no retreat against all odds.
Right.
You must take what you want in this world. You must be so convicted in what you do that people think you are crazy.
I know plenty of people think you're crazy.
I've gotten everything that I've wanted, though.
Yep.
I would rather be wrong and have everything that I want than right and have what they have in life. Because the people call me crazy do not have their life situated to where they want it to be. They cannot beat me up. Like, there's nothing they could do to me. Like, I refuse to take opinions from people. I refuse to take the thinking or belief scales of people who have smaller goals for my life than I do, because they're not going to come work for me. They're not going to build my life. So to see you embrace that mindset, it's cool for me, because I know you're going to be a very high status man. You're already on pace to be one. There's no reason why Adam, the ultimate agent Lindsay, will not be fucking rich in the next 10 years. I have no doubt about it. I have no doubt about that whatsoever. And that's how I know I did my job. Adam, you're already a better insurance agent than me. I have no problem admitting that. That's how I know my job. Like, I've done my job. I fulfilled my promise. You're a better insurance agent than me. Johnny is a better insurance agent than me. Thomas is a better insurance agent than me now. That's the mark of a good teacher. That student surpasses teacher. I see too many coaches, uplines, agency owners, business owners, whatever, try to hold the secrets. Like, Adam, do you think I've held anything back from you?
Not at all.
No, I give you it all. It's up to you what you want to do with it. I'll show you how to sharpen a spear. I'll show you how to throw it. I'll show you how to clean the kill. But it's like, if you're not willing to go hunting, you'll stay hungry. You'll stay broke.
That's exactly right.
So those are the people you want to find. You want to find the people who believe in you more than anything. You want to find the people who believe in your brand and see the long-term vision. You want to find the people who know how to solve problems. You can weed a lot of people out. I saw an interview with Brad Lee where he just asked people if they thought they were lucky. And I love that. It's so simple. If they don't feel lucky, I don't want them on my team. Don't bring that bad juju around me. Because the moment a bear's chasing both of us, I'm pushing you down and I'm getting away.
There you go.
It's eat or be eaten in this world.
You just got to run faster than the person next to you.
Exactly. And if they're over here like, well, I just can't catch a break. Bears already mauled them to death. They're done. That's just the truth of it. This world is a very beautiful and terrifying place. It's not black and white. There's a lot of gray. And you must become the best version of yourself and not take no for an answer and go after everything you want in your life, because no one's going to get it for you.
Absolutely.
So what has been your favorite part of recruiting? Like, why do you like it so much? Because I can hear the conviction in your tone and to see the smile that comes across your face when you talk about this. So what is it for you?
I like to hear the excitement in other people's voices. So when I'm telling them about the opportunity, and you get to work from home, and there's all this money that could potentially be made if you put in the effort, and just hearing people talk good about themselves, like, yeah, I can do that, and just excited to explore the industry. I think back to when I first got into insurance, and I was all bug-eyed about making $1 million. And, you know, shortly after my dreams were crushed. But, you know, being able to help people to actually envision that end goal and then help them get from that point to where they want to go. That's what excites me about it. Now that I've got all of the resources and tools that I need, and building more resources to share with people, it excites me to share those things with them so that I can kind of duplicate myself in a sense. And that's kind of cool to see my reflection in other people.
That's all it is. That's all it is, dude. So, Adam, before we hop off here, I really appreciate you jumping on with me.
Anytime.
And your generous words. I didn't pay you anything to say this, did I?
Unfortunately, no.
Well, I might have to after that now. So get you back for that Christmas present. But no, dude, I truly treasure our relationship, man. And I fully support this dude 100%. I have no problem recommending other agents work with you. But like you said, you don't want to work with everybody. Who are the people that you really want to work with? Who are the people that you can help the most get where they want to go in life?
So I'm really looking for people who have a conviction of helping people and being genuine and honest. And they're just not afraid to invest in themselves. Because that's the biggest thing. If you're not willing to invest in yourself, then you're not going to get anywhere in the insurance space. You can put all your money into the nicest technology, a great CRM, buying all these perfect leads. But if you're not going to take the time and the effort to build yourself and your skill set and your mindset, I don't want to work with you, you know? And
No, I love that. It's very straightforward.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, this is Adam Lindsay. You can find him on Facebook at Adam Nathaniel Lindsay. He will be on the Ultimate Agent Show kicking ass here in the next couple weeks or months.
Yeah, so they'll start filming in March, and I assume they'll probably start airing it in June or July.
So, dude, I'm just going to tell you to go after it. There's no reason why you can't win if you don't believe. Like, if you believe you can win, you can. If you just do the work and do the hard things that 100%. You don't want to do like you love them. It's all about discipline. I think over the next couple months, just do so much work. It would be unreasonable for you to not go there and take souls and kick ass.
Absolutely.
I'm just being real. I believe in you 100%, just like I believed in Johnny when he went there. And if you do so much work, like if you give more and you do more than anybody else, there's no reason why you can't win. It would be unreasonable and virtually like near impossible for you to not win if you do that. So you guys reach out to Adam Lindsay. What's the final piece of advice you would give to agents or anything you want to part out on, man, before I go get my back cracked at the chiropractor?
I would just say, if you don't take anything else away from speaking with Mason or watching this video, just know that if you're an agent or you're looking to go into the industry, that you've got to have the right mindset going into it, or you are not going to succeed. And you will hear that time and time again, but it's honestly the truth that you have to have the right kind of mindset to be in this space, because you will get beat down and rejected and yelled at, spit upon, and just everything. And if you don't have that shell around yourself and that mindset of, I don't care what these people say, this is my goal, I'm not stopping till I get there, then you know you're more than likely.
That's very summed up. Emotional intelligence is going to be your best friend and your superpower in this industry. Knowing how you feel, why you feel that way, and doing the work regardless of how you feel. It's the mark of a successful entrepreneur, a successful agent, and a high-value man. And I hope everyone takes it on. That is by far your best friend in this industry. You sit with enough people, you'll run out of the wrong things to do. You'll eventually start doing them right. You will suck at the beginning, but after a long time frame, you will suck so little you will actually be pretty good. And that's just me being realistic. Why would you expect to be good at something you have not done a lot of? So, Adam, fucking love you being on here, dude. Can't wait to see you on the Ultimate Agent, taking souls like David Goggins out there. And love to have you back on here one day. And we'll go from there, man. But I'm going to play this outro, then I'm going to go get my back cracked.
Have fun with that.
Awesome, man. See you, buddy.
See ya.